The Reinvention of the Self, understanding Anthony Elliott's vision for modern identity. In the modern world, we are often told that we can be anything we want to be. We see it on social media, in advertisements for cosmetic surgery, in self-help books, and in the way companies change their logos and missions overnight. This constant push to change, upgrade, and start over is what Professor Anthony Elliott calls the era of reinvention. For most of human history, who you were was largely determined by where you were born, what your parents did, and the traditions of your community. Today, however, identity is no longer a fixed destination, it is a continuous project. Anthony Elliott explores how this shift affects our minds, our bodies, and our relationships, suggesting that while the power to change seems like ultimate freedom, it also carries a heavy burden of anxiety and a loss of true depth. At the heart of Elliott's ideas is the concept of the new individualism. In the past, being an individual meant having a steady character and a reliable set of values that stayed with you throughout your life. In our current globalized, high-tech society, being an individual means being flexible. We are expected to be ready to change our careers, our appearances, and even our personalities at a moment's notice to stay relevant or competitive. This creates a culture where people feel they are never quite finished or good enough. There is always a new version of the self that we should be striving for. Elliott points out that this is not just about personal choice, it is a demand placed on us by a world that moves incredibly fast. If you do not reinvent yourself, the logic goes, you risk being left behind by the economy and the culture. One of the most visible ways this reinvention happens is through the body. Elliott discusses how the human body has become a primary site for personal transformation. We see this in the massive rise of cosmetic surgery, extreme dieting, and the use of digital filters to change how we look online. The body is no longer seen as something we are simply born with, it is seen as a piece of plastic or clay that can be sculpted and refined. While this can feel empowering, Elliott warns that it often leads to a deep sense of insecurity. When beauty and health are turned into projects that require constant work, we begin to view ourselves as products that need constant maintenance. This creates a cycle where the satisfaction of a change is very brief, and we quickly move on to the next flaw that needs fixing. This culture of reinvention also extends into our professional lives. In the old world, a person might have one job for 40 years and retire with a sense of stability. Today, the world of work demands that we are constantly rebranding ourselves. We are told to think of ourselves as a brand or a business. We must update our skills, change our professional titles, and move from city to follow the latest trends. Elliott suggests that this short-termism makes it difficult to build long-term social bonds or a sense of community. When everyone is focused on their own personal reinvention and staying ahead of the curve, it becomes harder to care for others or to commit to causes that take a long time to see results. The pressure to be mobile and adaptable can lead to a feeling of rootlessness, where we have many connections but very few deep, lasting relationships. Technology plays a massive role in how we reinvent ourselves. Anthony Elliott has written extensively about how algorithms and artificial intelligence are now part of our internal lives. We use dating apps to find partners, fitness trackers to monitor our bodies, and social media to curate the best version of our lives for others to see. This leads to what he calls algorithmic intimacy. We begin to outsource our decisions to machines, letting them tell us what to read, who to talk to, and even how to feel. While this makes life more efficient, it also changes the nature of the self. If a machine is making our choices, how much of our reinvention is actually our own? Elliott argues that we are moving toward a world where the self is not a soul or a core identity, but a collection of data points that can be rearranged by technology. The psychological cost of this constant change is a significant part of Elliott's work. He notes that the era of reinvention is also an era of turbocharged anxiety. When you are responsible for reinventing your own life, you are also responsible for your own failures. If your career fails, or if you aren't happy with your appearance, the culture tells you it is because you didn't work hard enough or choose the right reinvention strategy. This creates a society where people feel constantly exhausted. We are all running a race to become a better version of ourselves, but there is no finish line. The constant need to be on and to be new can lead to a sense of emptiness, as the things that truly give life meaning, like history, memory, and steady commitment, are often sacrificed for the sake of the next big change. However, Elliott does not say that all reinvention is bad. He acknowledges that the ability to break free from old, restrictive traditions can be a wonderful thing. It allows people to escape toxic environments, pursue new dreams, and express themselves in ways that were impossible in the past. The problem arises when reinvention becomes a compulsory lifestyle rather than a meaningful choice. He encourages us to look critically at why we feel the need to change. Are we changing because we want to grow as human beings, or are we changing because we are afraid of being obsolete? By understanding the social forces that drive us, we can begin to take back control of our identities. We can choose to value depth over speed and stability over constant movement. Ultimately, Anthony Elliott's work is a call to reflection. He wants us to see that the self is not something we can just buy in a store or download from an app. True reinvention requires more than a new outfit or a new job title. It requires a deep connection to our own history and a sense of responsibility toward the people around us. In a world that is obsessed with the new, perhaps the most radical form of reinvention is to be still, to be authentic, and to be content with who we are right now. Understanding these concepts helps us navigate a fast-paced world without losing the very thing that makes us human, our unique, steady, and complex sense of self. Thank you for reading this exploration of modern identity. If you found this article helpful and want to learn more about how society and psychology shape our lives, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more educational content. Your support helps us continue to bring these complex ideas to life in a way that everyone can understand. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss an update. We appreciate you being part of our community of learners.